Welcome to the crypt of the Scarab God. What's up, everybody? Hey, if I spooked you with that opening intro, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. Ooh, playing against Damia. What's up, buddy? Best of luck. Let's get this chat closed out. Let's have some fun. I like playing against Damia. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like this. We got Bloodstained Mire, we have Sunken Ruins, we have the Vault. Kind of dig a little bit deeper in the library. We do have Wonder, Reanimate, Animate Dead in the hand. Some nice little stuff to go for. We just need to get these into the graveyard. So we can be pretty aggressive with this Vault and then kind of dig into some nice little stuff that allows us to kind of discard some stuff and then get Wonder in the graveyard, start rocking and rolling from there. But yes, welcome to the Scarab God. Hope you're excited. I love Reanimator, and then whenever I saw the Scarab God was spoiled, I was just like, oh, yes, 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 we're going to build you. Yes, yes, indeed. And then I'll cover our committee out. We are playing the Scarab God at the beginning of your upkeep. Each opponent loses X life and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. Oh, Mr. Krabby Patties. Yeah, let's go and get the Bloodstained Mire down. We need to support him. Let's go and crack this Bloodstained Mire. Oh, I love Mr. Krabby Patties. Let's go and grab, where are we? Let's grab Underground Sea. Let's get down Hedron Crab. Oh, yes. And then we'll go and pass the turn. That is, when you have a Hedron Crab in a Reanimator deck, you're like, yes, hey, what's up, buddy? Hope you're. It's like having Ancestral Vision or Recall in your hand, where you can just draw 3 cards. That's exactly what it feels like. Except you get it every single time in the graveyard when you play a land. Beautiful. Playing against Damia. She's Death Touch. Skip your draw step at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have fewer than 7 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference. And then the Scarab God, 4 mana exile. I don't know if I covered that part. 4 mana exile a creature card from a graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. So if the Hedron Crab dies, we can make a nice little 4/4 zombie out of him. I know he'll really enjoy that. Whenever the Scarab God dies, return it to his owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I kind of rushed. Ooh. And Flooded Strand. Let's go and get the Flooded Strand down. Let's go and send 3 over here. See if our opponent has some removal. We're going to let the first Hedron Crab trigger resolve. Okay, and then let's go ahead and crack, and then grab ourselves another dual source. So right now, as far as Reanimate goes, we've got some nice options. Let's go and grab another dual source that's not going to come into play tapped. Fetid Pools, enters the battlefield tapped. Now we want to go for the Vault. So I think at this point, we're going to go and shock this Watery Grave in. It's going to be 3 coming across. And just get the graveyard going. Get the Overlord. Oh, it's just beautiful. So we've got Animate Dead on one of those. We could go for the Overlord, but it's just like 2 little dudes on the battlefield, which doesn't sound that good. So I think what we want to do on this one is we're going to go for the Vault. With the Vault, I think Limb Duel's Vault, what we can do is look at the top 5 cards of your library. As many times as you choose, pay 1 life, and then look at the next 5. So we'll see if we can't jam this right now, and then we get to put them back in any certain order. And we can also sequence it to where we have the land drop for 3 off the Hedron Crab, where we can get them in there. So let's see if this resolves. Ooh, Tunnel Vision. We're pretty far away from Tunnel Vision. Possess Scab. Get that down. Damnation. So we put the Pluto Delta on top. We're going to mill, though. Yeah, let's see if we can't shake it up a little bit. Let's put them on the bottom. Just put them on the bottom in any order. 1 Power Stone, Phyrexian Delver, Corpse Connoisseur. Let's go and pay 1 life on this one. Any order. Right now we're just looking for like a something to kind of draw some cards and discard some cards. Just dig a little bit deeper and see if we can't hit a creature. Put them on the bottom any order. Mind Leech Mass, Demon, and Dark Schemes, Crypt Gat. Yeah, I kind of like this one. No. Alright, so if we go, we get the land drop for the turn. So we want, how we want to sequence this. So we're going to draw the Scalding Tarn. We'll get that down, and then we'll lose the Vampiric Tutor. I think either way we'll shake it. We're going to lose the Vampiric Tutor, because once we put the land drop, we're going to get him in there. We could miss out on the Scalding Tarn. I think we want the Scalding Tarn pretty bad. So actually, let's go ahead and go, let's put Vampiric Tutor on top. Let's go Demon of Dark Schemes. Mind Leech Mass, Crypt Gas, Scalding Tarn. We'll draw the Scalding Tarn, make the land drop, mill those 3 creatures, and we'll be able to draw Vampiric Tutor next turn? Yeah, I like that. That sounds pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and put the Sunken Ruins down. That way we don't have to worry about accidentally shuffling away the Vampiric Tutor. And then we'll kind of see what we need to go for with that. Now we do have Wonder in the hand, which is absolutely beautiful in the deck. Let's go ahead and get this down, though. Let's get the Sunken Ruins down. Get those 3 going. And see if we want to go for any sort of early Reanimator. Hedron Crab, sending 3 over top. Oh, yeah. And then Crypt Gas, Mind Leech Mass. What we can do, let's see if we can't get a Crypt Gas going on Reanimate. Reanimate on Crypt Gas. I think that sounds like a good plan. Let's go Reanimate on Crypt Gas. Exactly. And then, so we got Crypt Gas down, so we're going to get an extra swamp off that one. Do we want to animate dead on Mind Leech Mass? Yeah, let's go and go for it. Let's have some fun. Let's go Mind Leech Mass. This is brutal. Beautiful opening hand. And we'll have enough for, well, we don't have enough for, we could have sequenced it a little bit differently, but let's go animate dead on the Mind Leech Mass, and this is a nice little turn 3, I'll take that. Hedron Crab, man, he puts in some work, but the Vault was really good on sequencing on that one. And then, yeah, we'll see what we want to go for with the Vampiric Tutor. Not going to pay for that one, no. Yeah, I thought we had Herborg out there. No, we do not. Okay, animate dead on the Mind Leech Mass. Scarab God, who needs a Scarab God, man? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. We can get the Scalding Tarn down next turn. Get some more mill. We'll have that Vampiric Tutor coming across. And we'll see what our opponent's got cooking in the kitchen with the Mind Leech Mass. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may look at their hand. You may cast a non-egg card in it without paying its mana cost. So, okay, we forced the damnation. Vampiric Tutor. Let's go ahead and get the Scalding Tarn. I love that. But we do have Liliana, which is really nice. So. Man, sometimes you gotta bust in hand. You gotta force it, man. You gotta see if they've got it. Do we want to tap out for the Vampiric Tutor? What do we want to go for with Vampiric Tutor? Do we want to make sure we hit the land drop for the turn? Get the Scarab God down. Because if we run it into a counterspell, that doesn't sound that fun. So let's go ahead and go. Actually, let's go ahead and shuffle the Scalding Tarn right now. Put it on top. Let's go ahead and grab the Sunken Hollow. Yeah, it's going to come into play tapped either way. Let's go ahead and go for the Vampiric Tutor. And what we can do is we can just simply go for Ancient Tomb. That's going to be 1, 2. We could go for Coffers. We've got 1, 2, 3. As we keep making land drops, we'll be pretty good for that. Get that down. Let's just go and go for the Ancient Tomb right now. I want to get the Scarab God down. If we go for the Coffers, that'll be 1, 2, 3. Opponent, we have to wait for our opponent to get down an Urborg. Tap for 2. That'll be 3 mana. We can still get this. Yeah, I guess we'll go and go for the Coffers, because either way we'll tap down for 3. Yeah, we're going to put the Coffers on top, and then, yeah, we're going to go and pass the turn. Kind of let them do their thing. Oh, it does. It does play Hedonist Trove. Love it. Gloves are off. And the Hedonist Trove, if you're not familiar, Hedonist Trove, I'm pretty sure is the exile all cards from the graveyard, then you may cast them, or target opponent's graveyard, and you may cast 1 per turn. So, love it. Gloves are off. Let's have some fun. But, yeah, so we've got the Coffers down next turn. We do have 3 swamps, so we can get that down. And then if our opponents maybe plays an Urborg, we draw into Urborg, that'll really turn us online. But if we keep hitting some swamps, then we'll be able to kind of rock and roll from there. Let's get the Coffers down. Let's go and go for, let's tap that down for each mana that we control, each swamp. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's go for the Scarab God. See if our opponent's got a removal spell. If they do, so be it. If not, we're going to be able to get the Scarab God down and start reanimating again. That'll be 1, 2, 3. 3 total mana they have up available, so that could be, well, actually, well, City of Brass will tap for any color, so that could be a counterspell off that one. But we'll see. 4 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and they're still about 8 away, not 8 away, 3 more away from actually getting down Damia. So, now as far as what we want to go for with the Scarab God out of the graveyard, we do have Massacre Worm to give our creatures -2, which will take care of the Fog Bank. If we do go for the Overlord, we may end up waiting on the Overlord till we can get a little bit better of a board state developed. If we go Demon of Dark Schemes, everybody's going to be able to stick around, which will be nice. And okay, if this is a board wipe, this is one thing you need to do if you're playing online. You need to make sure that the Scorpion God is clicked to go to the graveyard instead of the command zone. Okay, control magic, you control enchanted creature. That's a bummer. Alright, you got it. So let's see. So we do have Liliana. Let's see, can we get our way out of this one with the Liliana now? Phyrexian Jester. We're going to have to get that into the graveyard somehow. If we get down Liliana, we can bring a certain creature card back. Demon of Dark Schemes. That's going to be 7 total mana. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. We don't have enough to get that down. Let's see if we can. Now with Liliana, create a 2/2 black zombie, put the top 2 cards of your library. That's going to give them access to a lot of stuff as far as reanimating out of the graveyard with the Scarab God. How do we get out of this one? They're still going to end up with 5 mana. Get the Overlord, get the Mind Leech Mask, get the Crypt Gas. If we bring that back, this, yeah. Let's see. It is a bit of a bummer on that one. I guess if we get down Liliana and then create a zombie, then go. They can bring another creature back to kind of get rid of it. But yeah, let's just go and get down Liliana. Start plussing her up. Get that rocking and rolling. And then let's go ahead and create a 2/2 black zombie, put the top 2 cards of our library into our graveyard, training grounds. Alright, we're going to go and pass turn. Alright, so they're online for the Scarab God for activation. So, we have Liliana online. We're slowly ticking it up to destroy all non-zombie creatures. So hopefully next turn we can get it to 7. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still sitting at 5 mana. So if we can get into a swamp, we'll kind of bust this open. We can get down Wonder. We can simply just hard cast it, kind of get around the Scarab God. And then the only thing is, once they bring it back with the Scarab God, it's going to be a zombie. So we're not going to be able to go for the Liliana's Death Mastery. We do have a few tutors in here. We do have Damnation, and we also have, we should have Toxic Deluge in here. So that'll be another way for us to kind of search up a target for the, to kind of take care of the Scarab God with the control magic. Taking control of the Scarab God. He lost his brain. Reanimating for the other team now. Come on, Scarab God. Well, I guess, you know, if you've got a crypt full of undead creatures, why would the Scarab God be loyal to you? That makes sense now. So hopefully we can get out from underneath this. We'll see what they want to go for. I guess, you know, the thing that would, yeah, if they went for Demon of Dark Schemes, that would kind of be some nice little Reanimator stuff to go for. And it still is a 4/4 zombie in the air. And then they're going to be able to swing it for 3, put us down to 3. Yay, man. Not a good game, but that was pretty brutal right there, taking the Scarab God. Especially getting the that down. Swinging for 3, and then let's see what we can see if we can't get our way out of this one. We're gonna try our best. But with the Massacre Worm coming down next turn, once we get down the Phyrexian Jester, draw Swamp. Okay, we're kind of getting somewhere. That's gonna be, let's see. That's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. We can finally get down the Phyrexian Jester, take care of the Scarab God. Okay, gotta bust this one open a little bit. Let's go Phyrexian Jester. Let's get that down. And we're going to go blue. Exile target non-token creature. We're going to take care of the Scarab God. And we'll see if they have a counterspell. They do have 4 cards in the hand, but at least, and then we have Demon of Dark Schemes online. We can still plus up Liliana. And then we'll get the Scarab God back to the command zone. We're finally hitting some swamps where we can kind of bust open our mana. And then we can still plus up on Liliana, kind of force them to, yes, we're going to use that ability. Alright, and then let's go ahead and get down the, let's go plus up, create some nice little zombies on the battlefield. And then Victimize, Phyrexian Delver, okay. And then anything else, now we're going to go and pass turn. Alright, so next turn, we're looking at the Scarab God, we're looking at 7 mana, we're going to be able to get that down. If we hit another swamp, great, we're kind of going to bust this open a little bit more. But we can get the Scarab God down. And then with Liliana, we're almost going to have to see a Demon of Dark Schemes Force swing in. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to hiccup. We're going to see the Demon of Dark Schemes basically is going to have to swing in at Liliana because we can -3 and bring something back out of the graveyard. And we have Phyrexian Delver, which is going to give us some little double Reanimator, and then we'll see if we can't find a way to kind of deal with the flying threat in the air. So we're going to need to find something. We do have some spot removal in here. We have Phyrexian and Jester. We have Noxious Gear Hulk. We have a few other options we can go for. But let's see what we can kind of draw into. Kind of rock and roll from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're still looking at 6 mana as far as our opponent goes. They did get down the Temple of Mystery, so they're going to be online for the Scry action with Damia. Okay. See what we draw into. Draw into an island. Let's go and get that down. And I think at this point, we got 4 in the air. Let's just go ahead and swing in for 5. I'll put our opponent down to 24. Coming in hot. See if there's any sort of spot removal they want to go for. Put it down to 24. Let's go ahead and get the Scarab God down. Let's tap the coffers first. It's going to be 4 mana, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll tap for 1 more on the blue. There we go. Get the Scarab God down. All right, he's back. He had his Snickers. Come on, Scarab God, buddy. What are you doing, man? Get the Scarab God down. Anything else? No, we're going to go past turn. All right. So 4 in the air puts us down to 12. We've got the Scarab God. As far as devotion goes, we're not really that far on devotion. Well, it'd be 1, 2, 3 as far as the Overlord. I don't know if we want to go for that. We can get the Mind Leech Mass out. If we go for the Crypt Gas, that really kind of bust open our mana, and then especially with the coffers out there, that's really kind of going to help us out. So first things first, we may end up going for a Scarab activation on the Crypt Gas to kind of open our mana up. That's going to be 4 mana. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's going to turn all of our lands into swamps. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can sequence it to where we generate a lot of mana. But either way, because we kind of need to hold that blue mana up. If we simply just tap the coffer, yeah, because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, tap the coffers, excuse me, that's going to be 1, 2, and then we can tap the coffer, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, bring back the Crypt Gas. They'll still leave us 2 for the coffers. We'll be able to generate a lot of mana, but we'll kind of miss out on that blue mana. So we'll see what we're going to draw. But worst comes to worst, we can just simply get down. I think because if we go Scarab God on Phyrexian Delver, that's going to give us an extra body, and then we're going to have a little bit extra scrying coming across, and then we can also bring back the Crypt Gas out of there too. Alright, so we've got the Acidic Slime, which more than likely is going to be targeted at the coffers. I would assume so. Maybe they're going to go for one of their own lands with our fingers crossed. Oh, they go for Sucking Ruins. I'll take that, man. Appreciate that. It's about trading sometimes and Magic, having a little bit of fun sometimes. All right, swinging for 4. It's going to put us down to 16. And then with the Demon of Dark Schemes, they need 4 total energy to kind of start reanimating some stuff out of the graveyard. All right, we're going to scry X, the Whispering One, start sacking a creature. We're going to have to draw into that, and we're going to tap down. That's going to be, we don't really have any Urborg style stuff out there, so it's going to be still just simply tapping for 4. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're going to put that on top. I think we're okay with that. Alright. Let's go and get the Whispering One down. It's going to be 1, 2. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. We can bring back the Phyrexian Delver, get a little bit extra. Yeah, let's go and go, let's go Whispering One. That way we can start applying some pressure. Next turn, we can kind of get the Scarab God down. Maybe we draw into another card. We can, at the beginning of their upkeep, they're going to have to start sacrificing a creature. More than likely, we'll see them. I don't think we want to swing it. We could swing in with the Phyrexian Ingester. You know, if they do chump block, we'll trade on that one. So we can at least push in with the Phyrexian Ingester and the zombie, actually. And then we'll kind of be in a good spot. So let's go and swing in, coming in hot. Because if we trade on Acidic Slime, then they're going to have to sacrifice the Demon of Dark Schemes, and then we'll have our upkeep start bringing some stuff back out of the graveyard, and then we can, you know, if this does die to the Acidic Slime, then we can simply reanimate it for some nice little spot removal, so I'll take that. Alright, that's going to be 2, we'll make that trade, and also the fun thing about this is the Scarab God, exile target creature card from a graveyard. So if it does die, we'd be able to kind of bring it back. Which we can bring back the Fog Bank, which will be Defender flying 4/4. Nice little 4/4 beat stick body over there. So that'll be another way for us to kind of take care of if we can't deal with the Demon of Dark Schemes. But either way, one of the creatures is going to have to die. Demon's going to, if it's Demon, he's going to go away, and we won't be able to reanimate him. But if the Acidic Slime dies, then we'll definitely have that online for a nice little option. So, but I think next turn, mainly what we're looking for next turn is going to be the Scarab God on the Phyrexian Delver, and then we can. That's going to put him at 3 total energy. Whenever a creature dies, I don't know why I keep saying creature card. Whenever a creature dies, you get energy. Okay. Alright, so, but yeah, so with that down, they're sitting at 3 energy, so they're, put a creature card from a graveyard, yeah, so a little bit far away from getting that down, and then, if we go for the Scarab God activation on Phyrexian Delver, bringing back the Crypt Gas, it's going to be a little suspect. Let's see what we hit for the turn, though. We're going to have to scry at least on 1 zombie. It's a beast. They can swing in for 4, puts us down to 8. Yeah, we'll see exactly how we want to go for that. Because, you know, either way, they're going to swing in with the Demon of Dark Schemes. Then we still have the Whispering One we can get down, too. And, because we're going to be able to bring another creature back. So, actually, excuse me. So we can actually use the Whispering One, bring back the Crypt Gas, or actually Phyrexian Delver, bring back the Crypt Gas, and then we can kind of start rocking and rolling from there, see what we want to go for. We have no more spot removal. Dude! Hedonist Trove, man. Our graveyard's no more. Oh, the humanity. Well, at least we can go for acidic slime to blow up the hedonist trove. Oh, brutal. That's one of those you get hit in the stomach and you're just like, oh, you can't. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. If you ever got hit in the stomach and you can't breathe, that's what just happened right now. Except I can talk and I can breathe, but it feels like that. Okay, so we're gonna get some scry going. Nothing for us to. Can't get that going. Hedonist trove is gone, but we do have glimpse the unthinkable. We can get our graveyard going with that. Then we can still reanimate. Yeah, I like that. We're going to put that on top. We need to get this graveyard going again. I'm bummed. We need to take care of this. And they're going to have to sacrifice something to that. Okay, let's go ahead. How do we want to sequence this? So, we tap the coffers. It's going to be 4 total mana. Let's tap for blue. Let's go exile the acidic slime. Oh yeah, come on acidic slime. Come over here, my precious. My precious, come on. Alright, let's take care of the hedonist trove. That way we don't get any bad stuff cast against us. Look at that sweet, sweet Golgari acidic slime promo version. Looks good. Gonna take care of the hedonist trove. And then we're still going to be online for Glimpse the Unthinkable to kind of bust this open and kind of get that going. Hedonist Trove, man. Nice. That was nice on that one. Alright. So we got a Acidic Slime coming down. See if there's our opponent has 1 mana up that's just strictly colorless. So I think we're going to be okay as far as making sure that resolves. And then we can get the Glimpse the Unthinkable going. Sorry about that. My phone went off. But yeah, so we've got the Acidic Slime. There we go. Acidic Slime on Hedonist Trove. Anything else for 4? You know, we have nothing for 4. So let's go and go Glimpse the Unthinkable. We're going to peer into the darkness and not like what we see and just milled 10 cards. Yes, go. Go, my precious, go. Alright, Lord of the Void, Sire of Stagnation. That'll be good. Alright, now how do we want to sequence this? Either way, if we swing in with the Phyrexian Ingester, it's going to die. So we're okay with that. We have Swamp Walk, so we're going to be able to swing in with Swamp Walk. Love it. Love Glimpse. It's one of my, to this day, it's one of my favorite cards. We'll swing in the Scarab God, swing in Phyrexian Ingester, it dies, we can reanimate it, which will be nice. Swamp Walk, our opponent does have a swamp out there. 2/2 zombie, no, we'll just give them an extra energy token. Yeah, and then if, actually, oh, dang it. Yeah, so we should have, yeah, I shouldn't have swung with the Phyrexian Ingester. I just now realized it's going to give him 4 energy once we swing in with the Ingester if it chump blocks. But it still gives us access to spot removal, so I guess we'll be okay on that one. But yeah, I would have preferred not to swing in with the Phyrexian Ingester. We should have held back because that's going to give them 4 energy right there. So, and I meant to control Z, but we accidentally clicked on it already. So they're going to be able to do that in response to the Whispering One trigger if they want to go for that. So that would definitely be a line that they can go for. So. My bad on that, guys. As a game, yeah, a long game like this goes on, man. Little stuff like that happens. And I like to give commentary, so I do focus on the commentary, and I lose track of the game sometimes. And that's unfortunate, but hey, it happens. We'll try and bounce back from it. All right, so they do have active Demon of Dark schemes. They're going to be able to bring back the core Augur if they want to, which actually, at the end of the day, it's going to help us a little bit. Oh, actually, they could go for the, but probably they're going to end up going for Damia to get that down. So we'll kind of get rewarded for not being able to... for them not going for the activation off the Demon of Dark schemes. So I'll take that with the 3 mana. Maybe they just wanted to get down Damia. But as far as next turn goes, so our Reanimator target's in the graveyard. We have Sire of Stagnation. Whenever land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, that player exiles the top 2 cards of the library, and we draw 2 cards. We also have the Core Augur, which would be a really good way for us to kind of get it. It'll be like anti-Damia. At the beginning of your in-step, draw 7 cards. Each opponent's max hand size is reduced by 7. So we'll get into spots where we can just simple. They're going to keep seeing a fresh grip every single time. So I don't know if that sounds pretty good. That'll be a lot of wheel effects each turn. So that we may kind of hold off on that one. If you go for Lord of the Void, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library, and then we get to put a creature card on them. That'll be fun. And then we also have the spot removal with the Phyrexian Ingester. So that'll be kind of nice to go for. Compulsive, Sire of Stagnation. Yeah, we may end up going for Sire of Stagnation, just leaving that online. We did have Training Grounds Exile. Yes, Training Grounds is a beautiful card for this deck. Activated abilities, creatures you control cost up to 2 less to activate. Get it down with the Scarab God for black and a blue, reanimate. Oh yeah. BEA, beautiful with that, man. I've not got it down yet, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely enjoy it. Okay, so they're tapping for 4 mana right now. Let's see what else. Let's see what's going down. But it's been a nice little game so far. I've enjoyed it. I always enjoy playing against Damia. It's always some nice little grindy matches and right amplification on the Scarab God. And they have enough for the activation too. I love it. Alright, so if they go for the Phyrexian Ingester, that's going to exile the creature. Let's see what they're going to choose on this one. You know, we're going to have the Whispering one coming across, which would be kind of nice. Oh, but we do have Wonder in the graveyard. And if we control, so if we can get that into the graveyard somehow, then we give our creatures flying. But we're going to have Swamp Walk, now that I think about it. We're going to have Swamp Walk. So we're looking at 5/5. But if they go for the Whispering one, the Phyrexian Ingester on the Whispering one, that's about the only way. Okay, yeah, that's what they're going for. All right. Now, next turn. So we've got a 4/4 body swinging across. The Phyrexian Ingester is a 10/10. Doesn't have Swamp Walk. Pretty gnarly. Oh, man, love it. Alright, we're going to get the Scry going. That's going to be 2 coming across. Fraying Sanity, Lightning Greaves. Now, if we just simply, we're going to have 2 zombies. We have 2 zombies on the battlefield, excuse me. Fraying Sanity, Scry 1. So we're going to draw a card. Put the Lightning Greaves on something, give it protection. If we bring back Sire of Stagnation, and we get some few extra zombies on the battlefield, let's go and put that on the... Do we want Lightning Greaves right now at this point? We basically get 1 activation. We'll get Protect the Scarab God. Yeah, let's put that on top. I want to protect it. Okay. So let's go and add the black mana to our mana pool. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 1 activation that we can go for. Let's actually get the Lightning Greaves down first, because we'll have enough mana to have blue mana for the coffers. Let's get the Lightning Greaves on the Scarab God. And if we bring back another zombie and simply pass the turn, we'll be in a spot to where, if we go for the Core Augur, it'll be a 5/4 body, Lord of the Void will be flying. That way we get in a spot to where if something happens, we'll at least have a 4/4 body swinging in the air. That'll be important. Yeah. So, but we're in a spot now to where we don't really have to like get something down right now. We can activate this at instant speed, and then yeah, I like holding up Acidic Slime. We've got Death Touch. We can swing the zombie to nothing. If we simply just pass the turn, next turn they don't have an answer, we can go for that. I thought about getting down the Wonder if they do swing it to kind of chump block to put it into the graveyard to give ourselves flying. But at the end of the turn, we've got Lord of the Void to get down, and then we simply just have 3 zombies on the battlefield. So if they do go for some spot removal, we can get that down, and then in response to that spot removal, we can get that down, or we can simply just reanimate a Fog Bank, which will have Defender flying, which is not that good. But the main thing is prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it, so we can definitely go for that. That's everything out of the graveyard. And then we've got the Core Augur, Sire of Stagnant. Yeah, so we'll probably end up going for Lord of the Void, or we'll go for the Fog Bank, and just kind of make sure we amplify that out. Because once the Scarab God, once we get that trigger on the stack, they're sitting at 3. That's going to be 3 zombies right there, so I'll take that. But yeah, this is pretty much everything I wanted in a nice little Damia game. Pretty good. But I don't know if I did the MTGO Trader spot. I cannot remember. This has been a long one. So if I did it already, I do apologize. If you want to go through the Scarab God, the Crypt of the Scarab God, see if you can make it through the maze, head over to mtgotraders.com. They have an awesome, we have a nice little Scarab God crypt set up to where you can see if you can survive and not get eaten by all the zombies in there. And head over to the MTGO Traders YouTube channel. I'm making videos for them too. I have a link down in the description below. Okay, so we have Phyrexian Ingester that's a 10/10, a Scarab God that's a copy of the Scarab God. It was a nice little 5/5 body. Right now, kind of looking at a board wipe. That's going to be one of the main things that that's going to help our opponent get out of this one. If they want to swing in, we can bring out the Fog Bank, and if they want to swing with the Scarab God, I think we're okay with it right now. Because if we simply just pass the turn, we'll have 3 zombies. If we can always make one in response to that. So, okay, no swingings in. And then we'll still go ahead and go for a Scarab God activation. Let's go and exile, I guess at this point, we'll go and exile Lord of the Void. Let's tap the coffers first. Well, if we want to, we're going to have the activation at the beginning of our upkeep. We can make them discard their hand. Kind of force some action right now. Yeah, let's go for the Augur. Well, let me see. Would that trigger at the beginning? At the beginning of your end step. We're already in the end step. Okay, never mind. Let's go ahead and grab the Lord of the Void. Bring back Lord of the Void. It's going to be 3 zombies on the battlefield. It's going to force them to have some sort of spot removal. And then in response to the trigger on the upkeep during our next turn, we can bring something back out of the graveyard as a little bit of a buffer, kind of make sure we're okay. But the main thing is that Lord of the Void's going to have flying, so that'll be good for us to go for. I guess technically we could have gone for the core auger to kind of force some action from our opponent, but we'll kind of see. Exile, okay, there we go. I forget that you can exile it in response to that. So we got Lord of the Void down, okay. That's going to be an extra zombie, then go for it again. Let's get that down. And let's see what else we're going for as far as activation goes. Oh, okay, so I keep trying to figure out why this keeps popping up, but I realize it now. Alright. So let's see. So we've got exile on the core auger. Okay. But I think at this point we could simply just make a zombie. Excuse me. I meant to mute my mic on this one. Click OK. And then let's go ahead and exile. They have no mana. Let's go and exile the Sire of Stagnation. That's going to be 3 zombies coming across. And then even if we're playing around Snuff Out or something, it'd have to be a non-black creature. Alright, so it's going to be 3 zombies. And I think that'll close it out. This is a nice little reanimator game. That was fun. Alright. I think that's, yeah, goes down to 0, and then we'll just put these on the bottom. Good game. Good game to our opponent. That was a lot of fun. A lot of reanimator. A lot of back and forth. Good game, man. Definitely enjoyed it. And then, hey, I can't say good game because when the game ends, the chat closes. You can't have access to the chat. I don't know why it is like Magic Online. But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed going through the crypt of the Scarab God. All right, everybody. Bye.